I'm currently standing in front of my apartment because I'm about to do a tiny Korean apartment tour for the first time. It's been about 6 months since I moved in here, so I have been waiting for a long time until making this video. But I know these videos are really popular on YouTube, and I watch this video a lot, especially when I move, so I thought I would just give it a go and show you guys my tiny Korean apartment. So without further ado, do you want to come inside? The first thing I want to show you is my entrance, which is the typical Korean little square. So you can take off your shoes, and then behind all these bags there is a shoe cabinet, and it's a bit messy because I have quite a lot of shoes. I think this is originally for umbrellas, but I use that for my high boots. And then I have these two drawers, which one is for makeup and another one I use for accessories. I have everything from sunglasses to hair clips and belts and hats in here. I also added these hooks so that I have a place to store my bags because it's quite a small apartment. And then the best thing for me about the entrance is this big mirror that was glued on the wall when I moved in. So I have this that I can use for makeup in the morning, and this light is actually quite good for doing your makeups. So when I moved in, there was already this mosquito screen installed, which is really nice for when I want to have my door open, so I don't have any mosquitoes coming in and out. So I'm really happy about that because I really like to air out everything. Hanging rack, which I use for jackets, both my jackets, and if I have like friends over, they can put their jacket as well. So from this entrance area, you just go straight directly into the kitchen, which I don't mind. And it's quite a big kitchen compared to what you see in standard small Korean apartments. So I'm really happy about that. And that was definitely one of the things that made me choose and decide on this apartment. First of all, one of my favorite features of this kitchen is that there's a big sink, because whenever I have to wash like big salad leaves, or when I make kimchi, or when I make something that's like big and messy, I hate having to compress myself. So the fact that this is like huge and I can wash everything comfortably just makes it so nice for me. And what I really love about the water is this feature. It's like a proper hose. I have a little matcha station where I make matcha in the morning. I also have some normal green tea in here. It's just tea bags. The kitchen is also equipped with this really nice gas stove for cooking, obviously. It's gonna make me sound so picky, but having a gas stove was one of my main conditions for the kitchen. I don't know why, but for some reason I can't really wrap my head around cooking with induction. I feel like the food just becomes better when I can use gas. So the fact that this has like 3 huge gas outlets just makes me very fulfilled when I cook. It's also equipped, like most Korean apartments, with a washing machine in the kitchen. That is just completely normal LG washing machine, nothing special about it. But it is very convenient that I can do my laundry at home. Let me show you what's in the cabinets. My plates and dishes are just normal white ones. I have no idea where they're from. I got them as a present from my previous boss. The real ones would know that I bought these at a flea market in my neighborhood some time ago, but they're just really cute small cups. Normal mixing bowls from Daiso. I have this huge soup bowl that I use a lot for when I make like warm soups in the winter, like miso or some kind of Korean jjigae or any kind of stew. It's so big and beautiful. And then I have all these like smaller Japanese dishes. Some dehydrated citrus fruits, which my best friend Michelle actually sent from Denmark. Her dad made these from fruits at home. They have a dehydrating machine, and we used them for like fancy cocktails. So the fact that she sent me some so I can have like a fancy cocktail here in Korea is so nice. So this is where I keep dry ingredients, and I can just show you a few things. There's everything in here, like kitchen scale, kimbap roll, beans from my protein, decaffeinated instant coffee. This one is good. In the CU convenience store, they have these spicy seafood soup flavored protein chips, and they're honestly so good. I bought like 3, you can see. I bought like 3 packs of these for when my mom is arriving. She's gonna visit me soon. And I know she's just gonna love these with like kind of a healthy snack. So I'm stocked up on these. If you ever come here, like if you ever see these and see you can try these, and they're quite spicy. So I really enjoy these. Let's do a fridge tour, shall we? So in here is just, you know, obviously all of my food. I have my favorite go-to soy yogurt. I have the matcha that I showed you. If you don't know, you should put your matcha in the fridge. I have some Scandinavian shrimps that I was gifted. I have some Danish honey that I brought from home. Then I have tofu, sweet pumpkin, avocados, potatoes, chicken breast, radishes, apple cider vinegar, jalapenos, all of my whole grains like brown rice, etc. Miso paste, water. I also have a very spicy wasabi. When I was apartment hunting, it was really, really difficult to find an apartment that had like a big size fridge. They all had those kind of mini size, like what is it, like mini bar type of things that you see in hotels and whatever, or at least like half sized with no fridge, and that was just not really the vibes for me. I remember when I stepped in this apartment, I just immediately saw the gas stove and the fridge, and I was like, okay, I'm moving in, I don't care. And then the bathroom is an extension with the entrance, so when you walk in, you just see the sink right away and the mirror. And you see me. So this mirror was also installed when I moved in, which is very pleasant. The cabinet was also installed. I don't know why the hell there are these gold stripes in it. I hate that, but nonetheless, I love having a cabinet that's already installed. So another pro for me and another like condition was that I could separate the toilet and the sink from the shower. And as you can see, I can do that here quite well. So I'm very, very happy about that. I bought this product shelf in Daiso and just basically glued it onto the wall. It's like one of those adhesive ones. And here I just have my cleansing foam, shampoo, body lotion, like a scalp scrub. I use this too for apple cider vinegar, which is like a good treatment for your scalp. I don't know how you call this, but to wipe down the walls after showering, because I don't like having a moldy bathroom, so I like to just get the water off of the walls and the floor right away. And then there is a teeny tiny window, which is really good for circulation. And then from here you can see that I have like hand soap and toothpaste and everything. Put up this like fancy dust bag. I also have this like heater because in the winter it gets so cold. There's no heating in the bathroom. I only found that out like after I had moved in. So when you shower in the winter, it's literally like taking a shower in the Antarctica. So I bought this heater, and when I shower in the winter, I turn on the heating like 10 minutes before my shower, and then the room is like fine. But yeah, so far it's been fine. So behind this curtain you find my bed. I also have my closet at the same space, which is very small. I would have loved a bigger closet, but that was just not in the cards for this place, so I guess I have to do with that. This closet was already installed when I moved in. I have glued up this whiteboard to the cabinet, which I use for planning my studies and my work and my YouTube videos and my day and to-do list and to-buy list and everything. And then across from my bed is my desk area, which I think is probably my favorite area of the house, because this is where I spend all of my time. I have all of my books that I'm reading and my Korean studying books, my journals and like writing books for notes, and a few pens, my glasses, of course my laptop that I use, my big camera. And then I also have like a very cute selection of items that I want to show you. Seashell that I found out in Incheon. There is this really nice, like this beach with a lot of really huge seashells for some reason. So I picked up this one and I cleaned it and took it home. And now I like use it for jewelry. And I just think it looks so cute and it's really pretty and shiny. This holder for incense, these aroma sticks that you can burn in your house. And then they provide like a really nice fragrance. It's from a brand called Oimu, and they do like really cute interior and like house goods and stuff. They have a store as well, I think, in Anguk area. So if you're ever in Korea, you should definitely check out this brand. I also have a little package that I need to open. It's a really, really beautiful silver ring. It's from a new Korean brand of silver jewelry. It's called yuiljewelry.com. And it's basically like very niche and kind of bold but timeless jewelry pieces, and they do silver only and everything's handmade here in Korea. If you want to find something for yourself that's like that you're not gonna see elsewhere, this is really good. I love this brand. You really should check it out if you are in the look for timeless silver jewelry. So do that. As you can see, there's so much good daylight and sunlight in my apartment, and that is just another thing I absolutely love about this place. I love that I can feel the sun and the air, and I can hear the birds chirp and everything. Sometimes actually when I wake up around 8 or 9, the sun is like shining me directly in the face, which I actually don't mind. A natural way of waking up. Yeah, so this is my desk area. Also, this is an IKEA table, and this one is actually not. I can still move this tabletop around, so sometimes when I have people over, I just twist it and then we can sit like and use it as a dining table rather than a desk. Because in that way I save some space from not having like two big tables, like a dining table and a desk. Another cabinet. I take no responsibility over this place. This is just under my desk. The only thing it's in here is my feet, so I don't care about this mess. Sorry. So when I moved into the apartment, I knew that it would kind of bother me that I couldn't separate the bedroom from the kitchen. So that's why I installed these curtains. So I can like actually pull it all the way through, and then the kitchen area is separated from the bedroom, or at least it feels like that. I just found these kind of adhesive curtain rod holders. So if I want to have a more living space, I just move my curtain from here to there. And then obviously the bedroom is smaller, but then I have more space out here. Let me try to pull them all the way through so you can see how it looks. So it looks like that when I pull them through. So, you know, it gives the illusion of a separated space, even though it's not. So that's a little hack from me to you if you also live in a one room, and you don't know how to separate your spaces without making like drills or holes in the walls. A curtain and adhesive curtain rod stickers are the way to go. Yeah, they also give a little bit of a romantic, female, feminine vibe in here, especially when I go to sleep. It makes me feel like a little bear hibernating. Another thing that was really important for me is keeping my air clean, so I got this air purifier from Samsung. As you can see, I also have this balcony out here, which is another like big bonus of this apartment. I don't think I would have been able to live here if I didn't have this, because it's just so good for drying like laundry, having a cup of coffee in the morning, airing out the space, you know, getting some vitamin D. I have put this little like lantern that lights up really beautifully in the evening, and then I am decorating this ugly glass window over there with like photo booth photos and birthday cards and whatever. There's also a mosquito screen, which you can do like that, and then mosquitoes can't enter my actual house. Yeah, I love this space. Wait, let me put my sunglasses on. This is crazy. So for this apartment, I pay $500 a month, which is excluding utilities, but they are usually not very high. They're usually around, I would say, less than $50. The neighborhood is in my dream neighborhood, and there's a lot of really nice cafes and restaurants. I remember before I came back to Korea, before I even looked for an apartment, I was kind of checking Chikbang, which is the website I use to find apartments. I'm gonna write like how you can find it here on the video. But I was checking Chikbang like every week, every day, just to see how the market is. And at the time in this specific neighborhood, like nothing ever came up. And that's just usually how it is. It is very, very competitive. It's very hard to even get a place here, and it's also quite expensive because it is so popular. So for me to find this like $500 little gem, it was completely like perfect for me. It came at the perfect time. On the first day of my apartment hunting, I saw this apartment as the last one, and I was just immediately like, I signed a contract right away, because I just knew that the area and the vibe and the balcony and the daylight is just not something you can find anywhere. Also the view is really, really nice here, and I live very close to like a nature area, so I go and work out there like several times during the week. So the neighborhood for me is just perfect. As I said, I found the apartment on Tikbang, and I went to see it with a local budongsan, which is like a realtor agent. There's so many realtor agent offices in like any neighborhood of Seoul, so you can always just search like budongsan, and then you can find like a budongsan office in the area where you want to be. And usually they also know the other budongsans in the area, so they have like an interconnected little bubble where they like control the neighborhood and the rentals. If you ask me, that's the most effective and efficient way to find a house here in Seoul if you want to rent long term. Obviously, if you're here like short term, something like Airbnb or even Craigslist or like Facebook groups is like better, like for an exchange or something. If there's anything I didn't cover in this video that you're curious about in terms of like finding a house in Korea or this apartment, or in general, like if you need any tips and tricks, leave me a comment. I would be happy to answer any questions. This is my third apartment in Korea, and I have lived in a lot of share houses and a lot of Airbnbs in several different neighborhoods, so I can probably answer the majority of questions related to housing, so feel free to ask me anything. And I also want to say that the reason why I'm showing you this apartment right now is because I'm currently filming an apartment makeover video because my mom is visiting Korea, so I need my apartment to be top tier. I need to make this apartment a bit more crisp and delicious, so for that reason I'm gonna film an apartment makeover where I add some interior and something has to happen here for it to be more welcoming to my mom. So my mom is visiting Korea in a month from now, and that's also going to be documented here on my YouTube to see like a Danish mom's first experience in Korea. So for that reason, I'm going to be doing a 30-day Korean apartment makeover and see how ready I can get this place until my mom arrives. So if you're interested in seeing that, please subscribe because I have such fun plans for showing my mom's stay here in Korea and like her reaction to my apartment and to Korea and everything. I'm going to be doing an updated version with the apartment makeover, and then after that I will be sharing my mom's experience here in Korea. So yeah, more content about apartments to come and more like mom visiting Korea content to come. So stay tuned for that. So without further ado, I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for stepping by today. Bye.